You know, each year in this chamber, we have legislators who propose a series of bills that make significant increases in the spending that the state would incur in that year. Every year there are hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of proposed legislation that would add to the already challenging fiscal situation that the state finds itself in. And every year those bills are given a reality check. When we say we're not in a position to add billions and billions and billions of dollars in spending because we need to make good on the commitments that we've already made before we make new promises. And while we're looking at those bills, I think it's easy to say, boy, it'd be great if there was free money out there. It'd be great if we could wave a magic wand and we'd have every dollar that we need to be able to pay for services. But that's not reality. I think that's why this amendment's been offered. Because people can portray it like it's magic money, like it's free, like it comes from some pot of money that's not being used on anything else, and we can take it from the state, and we can figure out how to spend more and more each year. That's why there aren't any rates in this proposal. This proposal opens the door to say each year, we can figure out how many of these new spending initiatives will pass, and then we'll just adjust the rates accordingly to take that money from taxpayers and put it towards any new idea that this General Assembly comes up with. But that's not reality. The reality is that for every dollar this government takes in, it's a dollar that comes out of the pocket of a taxpayer in Illinois. Every dollar that we take to this government has an impact because it's a dollar that can't be spent by a family or a business in Illinois. We're saying, give your money to us and let the state decide how to spend it. Let me ask you though, has the state earned that right? Have we shown fiscal discipline? Have we been demonstrating a track record of success to taxpayers that they could have confidence that we would show restraint, that we wouldn't make promises that we can't afford to keep, that we wouldn't push bills off into future years or let unfunded liabilities rack up for decades? We haven't earned that trust from taxpayers. Before we look at an initiative like this and say, wouldn't it be great if all this extra money came in and spending didn't have any limitations, let's remind ourselves that we live already in the state with the highest tax burden, that we haven't demonstrated fiscal responsibility in this chamber, and that we have no right to go back to taxpayers and ask for a blank check to fund any and all ideas that come before us in future years. Imagine us in 10 years down the line, if this amendment passes. Imagine us 10 years down the line. What's more likely to have happened? That the initial rates offered, that in themselves would be a $3.4 billion tax increase? Is it more likely that those rates stay in effect? Or is it more likely that over those 10 years, people make us change to a rate here, the rate goes up by 1/10 of a point here, and the income bracket drops down there, and suddenly more and more Illinois families find themselves on the receiving end of a tax increase? We all know that's a more likely scenario. Don't listen to the TV ads that'll run for the next couple of months saying that, oh, don't worry, somebody else will pay for it. You get all the benefits without any of the costs. We have to bear those costs. Illinois taxpayers have to bear those costs. And for that reason, we should have a lot of no's on the board. Thank you.